So often as filmmakers, man, we find ourselves in moments where we're constantly wanting the next thing because we feel it will make us better filmmakers, and rightfully so. But I once heard the statement that only fools blame their tools, you know. And what the statement basically means is you gotta use what you have to make it, to get where you wanna go to. Because sometimes waiting for that next opportunity or for that next tool to have in your bank, you haven't grown and time has passed. You know, we have infinite, or is it finite time here on this planet, and every day, every minute, every hour counts. Make the most of the equipment that you have. You know, don't wait for the perfect time. Do what you have to do. I know when you reflect, you'll be like, I could have done this so much better. But it's better to have done something than to reflect and say, man, I wish I had done something. I find myself a lot of times when I want to make content, I wish I had C-stands. I always, you know, one of my favorite lighting techniques is when you put the light on top of you and you create that chiaroscuro type of feel. But I cannot do it because I don't have those sort of equipment that you need to do that. But the one things that I have is I have light stands, I use them, and that's how we end up creating some of these videos. But the main thing is your creativity is not limited. There's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that goes into filmmaking, more than just having a specific tool to make a specific style. There's this style that I incorporate, you know, with 3-point lighting right now. I have a light over here filling in my shadows. I have a key light coming from this side, and then I have a backlight. I have a light that's off. So that helps me to engage in different cinematography techniques that I never thought of doing. And so I just wanted to make this video and let you guys know that only a fool blames his tools. You can do amazing things. Like right now, I'm pretty sure someone looking at this setup is like, yo, I could do some crazy stuff. Go ahead and do it and put the link in the bio.
I personally think that one of the challenges we have as filmmakers is we work in a field whereby you have an excuse. You know, you have an excuse not to do something. Think about it. You can be like, I don't have actors. I'm not gonna make the film because I don't have actors. But sometimes it's, do you need actors? Can you act in your own thing? You know, with the capabilities of our cameras nowadays, whereby autofocus, you don't need a focus puller. You can be in the shot. You just have to come up with a simple script and do it yourself, man. Like the possibilities are limitless, you know. But then also we have a lot of reasons not to do the things that we want to do because we have so much knowledge now because of the internet, right? And be like, I don't have that type of lens that I want to use for this that I think will be perfect and that will showcase my skills and talents. And rightfully so. Why should you use things that do not help you make the picture that you want to make? But sometimes also it's about expanding on those limits, on those limitations, and just think about, what can I do with what I have? And sometimes the intention there is to find people that will help you get to where you want to get, but sometimes those people don't exist. Sometimes it's just to post online and get 5 views. But of those 5 views, you don't know who those people are. They might be the people that you need. But I think artistic expression is something that you need to work on daily, and it's something that comes with time because you have to find your own way of doing things, you know. A lot of times we see lenses, we see cameras that are being used by our fellow creators, and we wish we had those things because we think we could achieve what they're achieving. But the reality is sometimes you don't achieve what they're achieving, mainly because when you think about it, um, you don't know that person's experience, and I don't know your experience, you don't know my experiences, and we judge each other based off of like, oh, look at what they made, look at what they did, I wish I could do that. No, you don't. You know, you want to tell your stories, you want to tell your stories the way that you tell stories, and it's something that I have been victim of. You know, I want, one of my favorite lenses ever since I tested it has been the Zeiss Supremes, and I haven't had an opportunity to shoot with it. It's so clean, it's so beautiful, and people have told me there are different lenses that can give you the same effect, but I haven't been exposed to such lenses, you know. And until I am, the Zeiss remains to be my number one lens that I desire. But the truth is, I don't stop myself, and it's something that I've made conscious, is I will not stop myself this year from making the type of films and videos and whatever that I want to make because I don't have the resources. But also I don't want to stop growing as a creator, you know, as a cinematographer, as somebody who's playing with light. As I'm looking right now, my zebras just popped up, you know, and it says I'm overexposed in the back, and this is something that I get to play with, you know. And yeah, you cannot buy experience, man. You have to work for it. I was getting overexposed behind me, and I just put on an ND filter right now, and I pushed up the ISO to 3.2 because I'm using the Sony A7 IV. And one of the things one of my teachers told me was, you only want to use a high base ISO when you're shooting outside, so that you can retain more information in your highlights. And then you don't really want to use it when you're going for low light, because what it does is it pushes up your shadows, and that's how you get that. So then I was like, okay, I don't understand, but I'll experiment. So right now we're at ISO 3200 f2.8, and then I just have a, this isn't cheap Amazon filter on this, but it works for me, man. And that's just the experimentation, and that's something that goes with this video. Like, a lot of times I've waited for opportunities. I've posted online looking for work, doing this and that. It might not work, and by the time that I do get on set, now I now know, and I have an experience of, oh, this is how you expose your highlights. So maybe that statement, only a fool blames his tools, is right. And I do understand, like, sometimes, man, you outmatch somebody has an Arri Alexa, you have a Sony A7 IV. That person will have a great camera, not gonna lie, that, out of the box, they can do super amazing things. But the one thing that they won't have that you have is knowledge and understanding of how, for example, in this case, to expose someone sitting in front of the lens and the background and getting information in the highlights. So next time you're watching a lot of these things that are outside, look at how blown those highlights look, especially like the sky. Right now it's raining in Vancouver, so you can't really see anything. But those are experiences that you cannot buy, and those are experiences that you cannot wait to have on set. Because I think, imagine if you the director and your DOP is like, yeah, I need to figure it out. You're like, really, bro? Right now? I know it's not the time. So yeah. I was recently watching the movie Florence Son, and in that movie they spoke about how the internet is where fellow musicians go and post their stuff, and if you're making it, you're in the real life. It's something that I've also heard in the film industry, especially when you're on professional sets, where people look down upon people who do YouTube, and they say, oh, nah, I'm not doing YouTube, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm a filmmaker. And rightfully so, you're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe of yourself. But there are only a finite amount of possibilities that we cannot all be on set doing the jobs that we love, you know. And the way that I look at it, I don't look at myself being here on this platform and feel like, I haven't made it. You know what? I look at it and feel like I've always looked at YouTube, Instagram, and all those platforms as distributions platforms for my content. You make this stuff and you want some people to watch your stuff. Some people make content to educate others, and we cannot all be teachers, and we cannot all access teaching facilities to be able to distribute this information. And I think that's what makes these platforms powerful. Being on YouTube doesn't make you a failed artist. Use YouTube, it's a tool. Don't blame your tool. And if you don't get views, listen, I also blame the algorithms. But at the end of the day, these things are just tools that we use, really. And how you use each tool will determine. There's a lot of people who found success on this platform. There's a lot of people who haven't, and whatever you choose to do with it, it's your take. But whenever people give you shitty garbage, just understand it is shitty garbage. And what you don't want to do is end up online in the comment section on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, battling it out with somebody who's sitting on a toilet seat giving you advice or misinformation, or arguing with you about doing a thing that you're doing and they're not doing. Maybe they gave up on their dreams. Maybe they gave up on their career of choice. And rightfully so. It is their choice. We all have the freedom to choose. But always remember and be in a position to understand when someone is giving you shitty information, because, bro, who cares? In conclusion, man, the moral of this story is, use the tools that are around you. Use what you have. Go out, make something, tell a story. We're here to watch it. Trust me. I'll leave you with this quote that I took from Adam Silver. People will always find their way to great content. It doesn't matter, it's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on Netflix, it's on whatever. I've signed up to platforms that I've never used again just to see a specific piece of content that caught my eye. And how did I do that? Sometimes it's from a trailer, sometimes it's from just talking to somebody. Keep creating. It doesn't matter where you do it. Judgment will come from those who do not do. Trust me, the people who are doing, they have no time to judge you. The people who are not doing, flush them. With that said, it's your boy, Uncle Kevin. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, maybe don't put your talent next to the light.